G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game which was between Geelong and GWS. And GWS are the winners on this day, winning by 7 points at GMHBA. Hasn't been a happy hunting ground of late for the Cats winning in general. Lost 3 on the trot. Have done that twice this year, which is crazy. Yeah, so that takes us to 5 and 6. Looking pretty grim at the moment. It was an atrocious performance. I don't say that lightly, but the effort GWS were prepared to put into the match versus ours was stark and staggering. It was, one of the more frustrating games to watch that I recall seeing, and I don't even know if I've ever seen Geelong lose 3 games in a row twice in the same season. We're only in the first half of the season for, basically forever. Maybe 2006 we might have lost 3 in a row a couple of times. I'm not sure. We'll have to review the footage there. But it's looking pretty dour. And I get we've got a few players out and a few stars that are out. But, the Giants had basically no backline and they played like the greatest backline of all time. We didn't really get it on our terms much. We were probably up for about 5% of the match, and for the rest of the time, the Giants effectively dominated the game for, easily 3.5 quarters. We're able to claw our way back a little bit in that final term, but it was just one of those games where, an opposition, they come there to win, and I don't know what we were doing. I don't know what we sort of we're trying to sort of achieve, but we didn't get the 4 points, and it was a must-win game. The last 3 games have been must-win games, and we just haven't been able to win any of them. Again, I know we've got some players out, but it's, I don't know. I don't like to use injuries as an excuse, and there's definitely some newer players, but lots of teams have injuries, and lots of teams can still win irrespective of injuries. Giants didn't have a back line, so they had injuries, they won. they were completely fine, but the injuries that we are having that are so significant to that midfield, and that is, it's been my biggest concern. It's what's kept me up at night. Just going, look, our back line's fine, our forward line's fine, our midfield's, it's the worst midfield of all time for the Cats, to be honest. Without being too disrespectful, it's pretty objective, I think, from my perspective, in terms of, who's not up there, and it was already a little bit slim going into the season. Obviously, with Selwood retiring, and Guthrie and Dangerfield have been out of action for a little while, but I suppose more onto the actual game. Clearly the Giants came with a plan to disrupt us, and their pressure was unbelievable. That we didn't have an answer for it. Hardly have an answer for it with our best team in, and we've got some C graders running around in that midfield. That's that's what they are at the moment. Giants have got a decent midfield there. We weren't able to handle the heat. We weren't able to apply pressure ourselves. We let GWS walk it out of the midfield, walk out of the back line, put the red carpet out for them to take marks inside 50, and back line just looks very sluggish. If it hits the ground, it's pretty dangerous. We weren't able to turn the ball over much in our front half. I think Close is probably the only player that did it for us. And just not really disrupting the opposition ball movement. I haven't seen a lot of that lately, and we've lost to some pretty poor teams, to be honest. Like GWS are not much chop. They have been, what I have noted is they've been super competitive in a lot of their games. The Pies, won by 10 goals. I'll do that to a few teams. So, but we've lost. We haven't responded to the loss, and then we haven't responded to 2 in a row. So, it's incredibly frustrating. We just had to win it. Had to find a way to just get the 4 points, and we didn't. And I can wear losing if we give it an absolute 100% effort. But if you saw what the Giants' effort was versus ours, it was poles apart. And there's trying, and then there's really trying. We were trying, but the Giants were really trying, and that's what frustrates me, is when effort and endeavour and pressure is seemingly optional, that's where it gets me very frustrated, because you don't have to have a team of superstars to bring great effort and pressure. Look at what the Giants did today. We are capable of doing that, but whether we don't know how to, have forgotten how to, don't want to, I don't know what the answer is. Scotty and the staff will know the answer. But yeah, I'm incredibly concerned for what the rest of the year sort of holds. It's 5 and 6 doesn't sound horrible, but just the way we've lost games, and probably those 50-50 games, you just have to find a way to win. And just continually, time after time, losing that ground ball and then allowing the Giants to run on the outside and not being able to sort of corral ball movement, and they were able to sort of move it so easily. And, teams aren't kicking straight for just out of coincidence. It's where they're taking their shots, and that's off the back of our lack of defensive running and lack of defensive efforts. It's so frustrating. I hate they've beaten us the last 3 times at home. I hate these pricks. But what I hate more is just our inability to convert our opportunities. Look, we had more scoring shots again. Not able to convert. Bad kicking's bad football. We had a few rush behinds there, of course. Wasn't all of our work, but when we did have to convert, we converted some opportunities, but not all of them, and just looked a shadow of ourselves down back as well when it did go there. But ultimately we weren't able to relent from the Giants, who were at us all day, and we played one game of 4 quarters this year. How about you step up and put in a genuine effort for long periods of time? Well, the Giants dominated the game for 3.5 quarters on our home deck. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Anyway, let's get into those numbers. I can understand if Giants were a top 4 side. They are not. They are a bottom 6 side, and we're a bottom 6, bottom 4 side at the moment with how we've been playing. Just letting teams get easy goals. A midfield that can't mitigate another midfield at the moment. It's so much inexperience out there, in amongst so much experience, which is the frustrating bit as well. Giants won more of the ball, as we can see there. More territory inside 50, as we can see there, 51-48. Disposal efficiency, we were able to somehow use it better, probably chip sideways. Efficiency inside 50, Giants way there. Free kicks relatively even. Giants got a few more, but they were first to the ball, so that always helps. -8 in the clearances. We just could not buy a round ball. Setting clearances, we went okay, especially late in the game, but around the ground, we just got absolutely torched. Somehow won the contested ball. Who the hell knows how, but we did. Marks, Giants 81-73 for us. This was the atrocious part of the game. 17 marks inside 50 conceded to 9. It's just crazy numbers. They lowered their eyes, and we just weren't able to compete. Contested marks, we got the job done there. We won the behinds, but the Giants won up for 103 minutes out of 114 there. They out-tackled us and out-disposed of us. The thing that just pisses me off is just lack of work rate, lack of running. You can be the worst side in the comp. If you work hard and you pressure, you'll get some results. You will. And we're just not doing the hard yards. Still bathing in the 2022 Premiership, I think. Incapable. This was unbelievable too. And I reckon they had probably 10 in that first quarter. They were just ferocious at us. 22 tackles inside 54. So look at that. That sums up the game there. We weren't able to win ground ball inside our 50. And when we did, constantly tackled. It was so frustrating. And the Giants just had such an easy run at it. 17 marks inside 50 helps. If you've got that many, probably not as many tackles going, because you're not defending that kick going inside 50 regardless. Some more run and carry from the Giants, and I'm just so frustrated. Okay, let's go to the votes. They were really tough because there was a lot of average players today. I'll go to the 3 for Brian Myers. I thought he was able to be clean with time and space, and generally use the ball really well. It was hard to pick a best on ground because no one really stood out. But he missed a couple he really should have kicked. But yeah, he ended up with the 22, 3 tackles, 2 goal assists, which was probably the most out of anyone, and it was not too many goal assists there. Not many at all. Yeah, he was lacing people out. I felt like when he had the ball, something happened with it. He uses it well. So, yeah, Grant's having a good year. I'm giving him the 3. The 2, I've gone with Tom Stewart. He had 31, 9 marks, nearly 800 metres gained. So, yeah, he was good down back. Got plenty of the footy. And, yeah, it was relatively solid, I felt. 1 vote. Very tough, but I've gone Jeremy Cameron despite frustrations on his goal kicking, which is just gone down the toilet lately. Maybe he's not quite 100%, who knows, but yeah, he kicked 2, 3, 17, 7 marks, 3 tackles as well. I thought, yeah, just based on pure, yeah, like impact, it was tough at the ground, like, because we felt like he probably could have had 4 or 5 had he taken his chances, and probably would have received 2 or 3 votes. Because no one else was really that good, I've given Jezza the 1 based off of his ability to hit the scoreboard. So what do we have? 25, well, nearly 25 scoring shots. He had 5 of them. All right, for the rest of the list, Blitzarves was definitely better as the game went on. He had the 22, 6 tackles, played a bit of ruck, nice goal assist as well. He was solid, just needs to clunk those marks. He's dropping those, and he's a big guy. He could have marked one, 10 metres out, but he didn't. Isaac Smith was good. He had the 24, 4 marks, some clearances as well, goal assist. I thought, yeah, he tried hard. Always gives us that carry from the wing and half back. Tanner Bruin was quiet, but gee, only played 53%. I don't know why they're playing Bruin half and 3/4 games. He's got to get more game time. So that was, maybe he's not quite right as well. Who knows? But yeah, he had 16, 3 marks, 6 tackles, 3 clearances. I was initially critical of the numbers that he got, but when I see he played half the game, that makes sense. Parfitt had 14 and a goal, 9 tackles, some clearances. Yeah, look, not our worst player, but yeah, seriously, still shouldn't never play ever again. We should play, these other guys, Cooper White. I know we've got some injuries and he's probably playing out of pure necessity, but yeah, he was so-so. Zach Guthrie was all right. Had the 7 marks, 17 disposals, played a decent game. A lot of the game time, it was hard to know who was on Toby Green and if he was on him. Daniels seemed to, they're small forwards, all their forwards dominate us really. So it's hard to, but then again, their midfield pressure was not great. Segler was solid, I think. He had 17, 25 hitouts, 4 marks, 5 clearances. Not a lot of meterage gained, though. So he must have chipped it back a bit. But yeah, Segler was okay. I feel like the Giants ruckman was all right. He ended up with a goal. But yeah, Segler was a good option down the line at times. Sengel was back to some better form. He kicked a couple, 16 disposals. Also got a couple of marks in there. Got a clearance. Yeah, back to some damaging best play. I think Stengel got 2 in the last quarter, which was valuable. Didn't get a stack of time and space, but he was able to sort of make the most of his opportunities inside 50. As did this man, Ollie Henry. He had 11, loves a bag of 2. Once again, 4 marks, couple of tackles as well. Yeah, some clutch moments from Henry. He delivered under some severe heat and severe pressure. Did well with limited opportunity and supply. Atkins was solid. He had the 20 disposals for the game, 4 tackles, 6 clearances. Doesn't get a lot of meterage gains and definitely needs more support around him. He's clearly not our number 1 mid, and as I said, it's one of the worst midfields of all time. Basically running out there each week at the moment. Tui was all right. He had the 15, 3 marks, couple of tackles in there, some clearances. Yeah, involved in some key contests. He was okay without being that great. Mullen was good. Mullen was good on debut. Nearly kicked a great goal. Ended up with the 15 disposals for the match. 3 marks. A couple of tackles as well. Yeah, he looked lively. Good kick on him. And hopefully he gets more game time. Cole Jasny was handy. He had the 15, 3 marks, 3 tackles in there. Half some contests. Didn't do anything too horrible, I don't think. Even kick one across the ground, hit the target. That was great. Yeah, Cole was all right. O'Connor was, again, in the midfield everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. Ended up with 14, 5 tackles, 3 marks, some clearances. Again, not bad, but when you look at Green, Canelio, these guys absolutely demolished us in the grand scheme of things. Close kick to goal, 11 touches, 5 tackles, tries hard, got a goal assist in there as well. So yeah, Close was all right. Some decent footy with some better footy hopefully to come. Henry kicked a goal, had 11 touches for the match, 2 marks, couple of tackles. It was all right down back. Fell over late, which wasn't great, but he did kick a nice goal on the goal line. Buse got a bit of the ball. Again, we kind of got torched by their forward line, so it's hard to kind of gauge it. But yeah, he had 11 touches, couple of marks, couple of tackles, couple of clearances. I'm seeing that a fair bit. A couple of marks, tackles and clearances. Buse was Buse, wasn't he? Koning, Sam, he was back with the mask. 10 touches, looked out of place up forward, got a goal assist. Didn't really do a heck of a lot. So, yeah, he was playing out of position for a fair chunk of the game, and the way we were sort of going about it didn't really give him too much opportunity with the lack of midfield pressure. Can the midfield lift, please? Oh, goodness. Compete. Don't get absolutely bowled over. Don't let them run out the front of stoppage. Oh, run and spread with them. Goodness. Frustrating, guys. Tommy Hawkins kicked a goal, 10 touches, hardly saw it, couple of marks. Didn't really impact the game at all. We didn't deliver it to him that well either, because the damn midfield, not delivering it nicely. Great pressure from the Giants, but got to get the leg drive going, Cats. Come on. Nevitt had 8, relatively quiet, on as a sub, 30% game time. Was solid. Took a couple of nice marks. Radagalier, he was good. Took the 5 marks from the 8 touches. Unfortunately subbed out with a hamstring injury, so another injury to add to the injury crisis for the Cats. I suspect he'll probably be back after the bye, but then that helps the Koning and Henry play down back a bit more together as a combination. All right, where does that leave us? Next week. So down by 7 points, as mentioned. Next week, we've got the Dogs Saturday night game. That's on Channel 7. So yeah, we've got the Dogs. Not sure how they're going at the moment. They're pretty close against the Suns, but irrespective of how that game finishes, I think the Dogs pretty comfortably. To be completely frank, we lost our home game to a bottom 6 side. I suspect the Dogs probably win by 6-7 goals at least. With the way that they've been playing, the way we've been playing, and their midfield versus our midfield. Their midfield's looking electric at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough game for us, and I'd be shocked if we got anywhere within 6 goals of the way we're playing. So we had to win one of the last 3 games. They were must wins, and we didn't. So I don't see why anything would change here. Yeah, it's almost season over because we got some tough games coming up. We got Port over there, I think, after that, or maybe a bye. So thankfully we'll be saved by the bye. Then we got Port Adelaide after the bye. Thursday night game. So yeah, at this rate, power by 12 goals at the moment, but fair bit to play out. So we're sitting 8th on the table. Oh, I thought we'd put 9th there, but I think the Bombers will get the job done. So yeah, we'll be out of the 8 very shortly. Not looking great. All right. I'm just going to find my bearings here. Yeah, so that was the game. Very disappointing, very frustrated. Got a few injuries. That's completely fine. Every team has injuries. Yes, we got some injuries to some stars. Every team has some injuries to some stars. Give unconditional effort every week. That's all I ask. Just play like your life depends on it. That's all I care about. And today I didn't see that, and I didn't feel it. And I haven't felt it for the last 3 weeks, where we've just let teams just waltz on through and, yeah, not even compete. So, yeah, very frustrated and disappointed Cats fan here. Definitely want to, yeah, have some kind of response or improve from what we have been against the Dogs next week. But, yeah, I might be asking for too much. Who knows? All right, that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I will, yeah, I'm sure you'll see me soon with some tipping videos, which has been pretty awful this week for most people. I tipped one of the 4 upsets. There's been a few already. But yeah, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Thanks, crew. I'll see you in the next video.